right, today we're diving into something pretty cool. Chiliz. It's a crypto that's trying to completely shake up how you, the fan, connect with your favorite sports teams. So let's get into it.
I mean, think about it for a second. What if you could actually vote on your team's decisions? And I'm not talking about yelling at your TV screen, right? I mean, really having a say. It sounds a bit like a sports fan's dream, but believe it or not, this is actually happening right now, all thanks to the blockchain. So here's what we're going to cover. We'll look at the crypto that's literally putting fans in the driver's seat. We'll break down how you can get involved and influence your team. We'll check out its real-world impact. Is anyone even using this stuff? And finally, we'll peek into the future of what people are starting to call SportFi. Okay, first things first, let's talk about this whole new way to be a fan, and it all boils down to something called a fan token.
So the engine behind all of this is Chiliz, or CHZ for short. You can kind of think of it as the special currency for the sports and entertainment world. It's the fuel for the whole Socios.com platform, which is basically the stadium where all this fan action takes place.
And here's how it works in the real world. It's actually super straightforward. Picture this. You buy a fan token for your favorite club. The very next day, you get a notification on your phone asking you to vote on the jersey design for next season. You cast your vote, and boom, it's counted. And just for doing that, maybe you get entered to win some VIP tickets or other cool rewards. That's really the whole idea in a nutshell.
Right, but how does it actually work? What are the mechanics? How do you go from just having a token in a digital wallet to actually making a difference for your team?
Well, the whole journey for a fan is pretty simple. It's really just 3 steps. First, you get some CHZ. That's the Chiliz token. You use that to buy your team's specific fan token on Socios.com. Step 2, you use those fan tokens to vote on all sorts of official polls the team puts out. And step 3, you earn rewards. We're talking everything from merch to insane VIP experiences. It's this perfect little feedback loop of engagement.
Now, let's talk tech for a sec, but don't worry, we'll keep it simple. It's built on something called proof of staked authority. All you really need to know is that this makes it super fast and efficient. It also plays nice with all the standard Ethereum tools out there, which is a big plus. But here's the most important part. It's built to be super reliable. It's designed to handle a ton of activity at once. Like when 1 million fans all try to vote during halftime. The system won't just buckle and crash.
Okay, so this all sounds great on paper, right? But the big question is anyone actually using this? Or is it just a cool idea for a handful of people? Let's look at the numbers and find out. And the answer is a huge, resounding yes. We're talking over 10 million registered users on Socios.com. This is not some small little experiment. It's a massive, living, breathing community of fans from all over the world representing tons of different clubs and leagues.
And if you put it side by side with the competition, wow, Chiliz is just in a different league. It has something like 10 times the users of a platform like Sorare, over 150 fan tokens, and the daily activity, the number of transactions, it absolutely dwarfs everyone else. This tells you something important. People are actually using this stuff. It's not just about speculation.
So with that much momentum, you have to ask, what's next? Where does this go from here? Let's take a look at the roadmap to see what the big vision is.
And yeah, the roadmap is definitely ambitious. They're gunning for the 2026 World Cup, planning a huge fan token launch around it. They're also looking to expand into other sports and even esports. Then there's this omni-chain trading thing, which basically just means making it easier to trade your tokens and NFTs across different blockchains. And get this, they're even planning to use some of their revenue to buy back their own CHZ tokens, which is an interesting move for its value.
But of course, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. No project is without its risks. We have to look at the other side of the coin and talk about the challenges, the things that could really slow this whole thing down.
Yeah, there are a few big ones to keep an eye on. Regulation is always the elephant in the room with crypto, right? But with fan tokens, it's even more complicated. What are they? Are they securities? Collectibles? Nobody really knows for sure yet. Then there's adoption. Getting the big clubs is one thing, but getting the smaller leagues on board, that's a much harder sell. Volatility is a huge one too, because the price isn't just about the crypto market. It can literally go up or down based on whether your team wins or loses on Sunday. And you've also got the fact that everything pretty much depends on the Socios.com platform. And, naturally, there's always new competition popping up.
Okay, so with all that in mind, the good and the bad, let's game this out. What are the possible futures here? Well, the super optimistic, bullish scenario is pretty clear. The 2026 World Cup is an absolute home run. It brings in millions of new users, driving mass adoption and sending demand for CHZ through the roof.
Then you have the more middle-of-the-road, neutral scenario. In this version, Chiliz just keeps doing what it's doing. It sees steady growth with the big soccer clubs, Formula One, and esports, and maintains a solid user base, but it never really has that massive, explosive breakout moment.
And then, of course, there's the bearish case. This is where those risks we talked about really bite. Maybe regulators come down hard, or maybe fans just lose interest over time. Either way, adoption stalls, the platform becomes less useful, and the token's value takes a hit.
But really, when you strip everything else away, this is the main takeaway. Chiliz is about something more than just digital collectibles. It's about changing what it means to be a fan, moving from just watching on the sidelines to actually being an active part of the game.
And that really leaves us with one big final question to think about. As tech and sports get more and more intertwined, could tokens like CHZ become the new normal? Are we watching the very definition of fandom change right before our eyes? I guess we'll have to wait and see.